Well, hello. Welcome
Hello.
once again to Pale Blends and Beyond. Thank you for joining us. Thomas Olivier is a German drummer, percussionist, singer, and composer. He is a founding member of the 70s prog folk band Parzival. Thomas, along with singer-guitarist Lothar Siems, began as the Chamberlains in 1965. Then in 1967, multi-instrumentalist Walter Quintus joined, and they were known as Siems, Quintus, Olivier. Then in 1969, the band changed their name to Parzifal, after the medieval legend. The unit signed with legendary producer Conny Plank and released two albums, 1972's Legend and BaRock from 1973. Parzival disbanded after their second album. However, the band has maintained a loyal following over the years, as the LPs have been reissued several times. And in 2021, after 50 years, Thomas and producer-composer Dieter Faber revived the legend with a brand new release, a 23-track double CD concept album, David the Hymn, featuring 130 artists from 23 countries. Wow, that's epic. The album is dedicated to refugees the world over. Well, welcome, Thomas.
Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
Well, let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Where were you born? Where were you born?
In a small village near Bremen. It's called Lilienthal. If I translate it, I would call it Valley of Lilies.
Okay. Okay.
Lilienthal.
Well, that's a nice name. That's a nice translation too. Yeah. How about some childhood memories? You remember growing up there?
Yeah, I come from a family. They all played music. My father was opera singer and concert singer.
Okay.
My mother played piano. My grandfather played piano. My grandmother played viola.
Oh, okay.
My sister played flute a little bit. Yeah.
So you could perform your own concerts within the family.
Yeah, but that didn't happen oftentimes.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had what's it called, lessons, piano lessons, but only for about 4 months because I hated it. I wanted to improvise, I didn't want to learn.
Right.
Yeah.
I have heard that time and time again in doing these, that it's too structured, that it's too rigid and too limiting, the lessons. And people, like you said, you want to improvise, you want to break free of those kind of limitations. Yeah, I've heard that.
That's true.
You did come from a musical family.
Yeah.
Can you remember any singles or first albums or vinyl that was floating around at that time in your family?
When I was child.
Uh-huh.
You mean the time when I was child?
Yeah, or early adolescence, once you started getting into.
Oh, I heard my father several times on the radio because my father recorded there.
Okay.
And sang live in concerts in the radio. And my grandmother always told me when I was a little child, shut up, your father's singing the radio.
All right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did you obey her or did you act up?
Yeah, I obeyed her.
Okay, you obeyed her. Good for you. Okay. Well, what about when you became a teenager? What were some musicians and bands that you got into that you were into?
Oh yeah, sure, the Beatles.
Okay.
Yeah, they were. We were all from Parzifal, all very much influenced by the Beatles.
Okay, all right.
And also by the Rolling Stones, the Kings. At that time,
Okay.
Later, the Who.
The Who, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did any of those bands tour around you, or did you get to see them in concert in gigs?
I saw the Kings, but later when I was grown up already, and I didn't see the Beatles on their tour through Germany in 1966. I think I only saw it in television.
Okay. All right, on TV.
And the Rolling Stones I saw when I was about 16, 16, I think,
Okay.
in Bremen. Yeah.
I bet that was quite a show.
Yeah. Satisfaction was a hit at that time, you know.
Right. Yeah. Right. Did the crowd just go wild?
Yeah. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I've heard how influential they were.
Yeah.
At what age did you first start playing drums?
I was about, let's say 14, 15, 14.
Okay.
Yeah. And I played at home in our living room. I was rehearsing in our living room from our family.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Your parents didn't make you go
and they
out
were not at home, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say they didn't make you go to the basement or upstairs in the attic or okay.
And there's a nice thing to tell. When I was at the school, our school teacher in music, he said, everyone who is able to play an instrument gets a very good, what's it called?
Good grade.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
So I put my drums with my colleagues, with my friends, with a bus to school and played there, and accompanied by the recorder, what's it called? A Plattenspieler? Recorder, where you put the records on. What's it called?
Oh, the record player.
Yeah, record player. Yeah. Sorry, my English not the best.
That's all right.
And I played rock and roll music, hearing the sound from the record player. Afterwards, after that, my teacher said, "Oh, horrible! I got a very bad
grade."
Also, in German language, I had a very bad grade. Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Is that right?
Two professions which I had afterwards when I was grown up. I was writing and I was playing music. It's a little bit funny, isn't it?
It's funny how it worked out. Exactly. But you mentioned earlier that you did like history, or you do like history. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about what was the first band that you were ever involved with?
The Chamberlains.
Okay. Okay.
There was schoolmates.
Okay. Well, what was what was Biazic Conservatory? Biazic?
After the Chamberlains, we had a band. No, we came to know with our friend Walter Quintus.
Okay.
After the Chamberlains.
Okay.
And you heard from the Beatles yesterday and Eleanor Rigby. And heard the violin strings and that. And we said, we had the idea, Lothar Siems, the other one from Parzival.
Yeah.
We would like to have the same sound, but in every song, you know?
Yeah.
So we met Walter, and Lothar and me, we formed a band called Quintus Quintet with another cellist, and that was already 1967, 66, 67. And the newspaper were writing at that time that we were the first in the world who did play as a band with these classical instruments.
Yes. Yes. That's what set you apart from the competition and the other bands.
Yeah.
You know, others were doing, with different other, like a flute and other kinds of instruments, but not the strings, like you said.
Yeah. Or with the flute, you had Jethro Tull.
Yes.
You had the Procol Harum with the organ.
Right.
But that were only colors of classical music, only colors, not played really in a band. That's the difference. Right.
Well, so the three of you got along pretty well. I mean, you had a good camaraderie.
Yeah. You asked me with Basic Conservatory.
Yes. Yes.
That was after the Quintus Quintet. We formed Basic Conservatory.
Okay. Okay.
In London already.
Okay.
We came to know with people from Decca.
Okay.
Record company.
Right.
One of the producers it was Glenn H. Friedman. He is living now in America, quite successful man. Afterwards, he worked for John Lennon, for example, and other people. He is living in California now. He was producer at the Decca Company Records in London.
Okay.
And he invited us, after we had sent some demo recordings to him, come to London. And then we recorded there in the Decca studios, while the Moody Blues were recording upstairs.
Is that right? Is
yeah.
that right? Wow. Moody Blues are one of my favorite bands. What do you remember from the recording sessions? Do you remember anything from?
Yeah, we were very excited.
Okay.
And we played every song much too quick. What's it called? Too schnell? Too quick. Too quick. It's horrible to hear it today. Okay. 2 times quicker than we played it normally, because we were so excited, you know. Yeah. The studio at that time. And the producer said, okay, we like it, and you will hear from us. And then Dick Rowe was the head of production in Decca Records. He said, no contract at all. You got no contract? Because of the German accent in the voice. Dick Rowe is the same man who said to the Beatles 7 years before, we don't want to have the Beatles in the studio, in the record company.
That's right.
So they went to EMI, you know. The same guy. He became very famous because of telling the Beatles, we don't want you.
Right. Turning down bands, turning them down. Yeah. Yeah.
And we met the Marmalade there too, at the time.
Marmalade, really, the band? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were at the headquarters of Decca Record Company in London. They were in the office, have been in the office at that time.
I did an interview earlier with Alan Whitehead, he was the drummer. He was the drummer. He's in Thailand now, but So that's interesting. That's what I like about these interviews, is finding the commonality, you know. And you know, I talked to this person, and you know,
is he playing still music?
I don't believe he's still playing. No, he's kind of retired. Now. Yeah. So, well, that's very interesting. So you, when you were Siems, Quintus, and Olivier, did you produce any singles or albums? Any production?
Yeah, we were Parzival then.
Oh, okay. You were already Parzival.
Quintus Olivier is Parzival.
Okay. All right.
But the name Parzival, the name of the band, was established after the recording in the studio Legend. With our producer, we sat together and said, "Oh, what's your name of the group?" So it was his idea for the name, was the idea of Conny Plank.
Okay, Conny Plank. Okay.
Producer. You have heard from Conny Plank.
Oh, yes. How do you remember when you first met Conny Plank? What was your impression?
I can tell you. We were in. So Decca said, "We don't want you," and then we said we'd never give up. Then we tried with other companies. So we went another time to London. Went to RCA, CBS, Island Records, Muff Winwood. We went everywhere. And the RCA record company say, "Oh, sounds very interesting, your demo recordings. If a German record company would produce it, we will release it in England," because it was very difficult at that time to get a working permission or a working permit, or what's it called?
Yes, permit. Yeah.
You couldn't work.
Right.
Yeah, as a musician professional. It was not forbidden, you know. So RCA cable to telephone Decca in Hamburg. "We have a band here. They will visit you next days. If you are interested, we will release the recording in England." So we went to the Decca record company and the head of promotion, Decca Record Company, Germany. He heard it and he said, "Oh, it's funny music, isn't it?" But I know one guy in our town, and you get an appointment by him, and if he likes it, we will produce it. We will produce it and release it. So we went to the recording studio of Conny Plank in Hamburg. Half an hour later, we were in his studio. He heard 5 minutes the recording, said, "I do it." He phoned with the Decca record company, Telefunken Decca.
Yes.
And yeah, we had a contract. That wasn't, and RCA released it in England.
RCA in England, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you remember any of the recording sessions for the Legend album? Do you remember those sessions?
Yeah. Conny Plank didn't like our verses or lyrics.
Okay.
He said, I think it was a title by Jimi Hendrix, he mentioned. "The hippies cut their hair. I don't care, I don't care." Something like that. That's a very good lyric. There are very good lyrics, but yours are awful. Or sometimes he was a very, what's it called? Streng. Was er streng? Huh?
Strict.
He was very strict.
Okay. Okay.
But it was good for us, but because we were in a way a little bit chaotic at that time, in that age. So he was in Germany, he was the best engineer and producer at that time.
Okay.
Because in Germany, they only recorded Schlager at that time. You know Schlager?
Yes, yes, the real popular music.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And when we started with Legend, we met in his studio, Kraftwerk. They did the first LP. They had just recorded and finished the recording. And afterwards, he recorded us, our first album, Legend. Yeah. And the second album, Legend, the Scorpions had been in the studio.
Okay. All right.
Because Conny produced the first album of Scorpions.
Yeah.
And they had a very good guitarist at that time. I don't know. I don't remember his name really.
Michael Schenker. Was it Schenker?
Michael Schenker. Michael Schenker from UFO. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, UFO is another band I've always liked.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was Conny Plank's early production. He was just kind of getting into.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But I like what he's done with Ultravox and any other band.
Eurythmics.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
First album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Eno.
Yes. Brian. Yes. Another one.
Gianna Nannini.
Who is that?
The very famous European singer.
Okay.
She had a very big a smash hit.
Okay.
Bella Impossibile was a big hit.
Okay. All right. Oh, the kind of smash hit that when you hear the record you want to smash it. Is that?
So.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I think I'm going to school again.
Okay. We'll tell you. We'll have a final exam towards the end. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, but so Thomas, I want to mention a couple of three songs that I like off of the Legend album, and then then to get your impression or maybe the background story, on the composing or Resignation. I think that's probably my favorite.
I must say concerning that I was not the main composer of the band at that time.
Okay.
I didn't know music notes quite well.
Okay.
And Lothar Siems, he was the main composer.
Okay.
We arranged it together, and we put all the parts together.
Right.
The ideas, but mainly it was him.
He was a composer.
I mean, we were mentioned. We imparted it we are all mentioned on the album, you know, as copyrights.
Yeah.
Yes, but in the meantime, more or less, he was the first composer.
Okay. Do you remember playing on Wall Bungalow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Wall
that.
Bungalow is by our flutist and composed by our flutist at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Wall
That's a
Bungalow.
nice instrumental. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice
It
song.
was sent several times also on TV when they were doing films about castles, and they had it as what's it called, Gleitmusik, accompanying with music.
Okay. Okay.
Film.
Right. Film music. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a nice song. And then as well, Empty Land. Empty Land.
Empty Land. Yes, this is Johann Sebastian Bach.
Okay. Okay. I
This
thought
is
okay.
the Matthäus Passion. I don't know what's it called in English. Matthew Passion. Matthew Passion by Johann Sebastian Bach.
Yeah.
And we put a part together where the singer comes. That is our part. Other things is the solo of the violin is Johann Sebastian Bach.
Okay.
We arranged it in another way, but you can read it also on the album, I think.
On the album. Okay. Well, you know what's interesting
on the album
is your drumming on that is like somebody walking.
Yeah. You know why it, how it at that time I was in the army in Germany. We had to serve at that time in the army. We had to serve. It wasn't not a professional army. Now we have a professional army in Germany. At that time, not. So they came to they visited me, Walter and Lothar visited me at the army. Okay. And then I had boots on it, and we made the
yeah. It does. It has that thudding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walking across the empty land.
I know it's describing a very terrible situation. It's the story of that song is after the Third World War, atomic war, and one guy has left.
Yeah.
That's empty land. Empty land. Yeah. It's very actual, very. We have this. It's what's it called? I don't know. Actual. We have war at the moment in Europe.
Yeah.
So I think the song is very modern. Empty land. Yeah. Also for today.
Kind of prophetic.
Yeah.
Like a prophecy. Yeah. How about any memorable concerts that you guys played in shows during this?
Played an open air in the Rhine, at the Rhine, near the Rhine. We played there, I think, with Caravan.
Oh, I like Caravan.
Yeah, with Caravan. I don't know. What was it? Klaus Doldinger. You know him, Doldinger.
Yes.
Ashra Temple, I think.
Oh yeah.
There have been about 15,000 people about that. Yeah.
But what they lump into krautrock, they say krautrock is what they call it. Over here is what we call it, krautrock. Kraut.
Yeah.
That's what they.
Yeah. Krautrock is not. Krautrock is not a description of a musical. Huh? Yeah, of a musical version. Krautrock is describing only the time, because the English press, news press, this all sounds which came from Germany at that time was kraut.
Right.
You have jazz rock, you have classical rock, you have heavy metal. It's all krautrock.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. So when
you hear the krautrock bands, they are very different. Birth control.
It was like an umbrella term.
Yeah.
Well, did the shows go down pretty well? Did the audience respond pretty
Yeah,
well
I
to your?
think so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
By the
We may,
way, Caravan, you know Caravan.
yes, I
You
do.
mentioned Caravan.
Yeah.
The recording engineer in Decca, London, when we were there at the beginning of our career, was
Mhm.
David Grinstead, and he was
Oh, okay. Okay.
percussionist Caravan.
Yes. Yes.
Funny, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
And Sinclair, what is the thing? Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
like that band very much.
Yes. Yes. I do too. They have some very, very, very nice material.
Yeah,
Progressive as well.
yeah,
Well, and then when you mentioned earlier a little bit, we hit on how what made Parzival so unique was, the strings and the instrumentation that you used. That was not really being done at that time.
yeah,
Uh, you're talking about your second album from 1973, BaRock. Is that how you say it? BaRock?
yeah,
BaRock. Okay.
yeah, yeah. That's
Uh,
true.
BaRock. Stories. Stories is a nice. I like that one. And
Stories. Okay.
yes, stories. Do you have any stories about stories?
Yeah. No, not really. Not
Okay.
really. I think it's the most commercial song of that album.
Yeah, it is. I was
Yeah.
gonna say
A little bit
it.
country feeling. I
Right.
mean, the record company at that time, they said, "Oh, you must be play more rock,
Yeah.
pop,
Right.
selling albums, you know." But I personally like much more the first album, Legend.
Yes. Yes.
That was
I,
really possible for me.
right. I think so too.
My personally opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, throughout history, and it's still happening today, the producers and the record companies always want that commercial sound. They
Yeah,
always want, you know,
yeah,
and and a lot of times, with the singles, when you put out a 45 or a single,
yeah.
I like the B side better than the A side. You
Okay.
know, you
Me
know,
too. We had a single
yeah,
out. You know
yeah,
the single.
right, right,
You know our single.
right,
So was Married to the Wind
right, right.
with a horrible middle eight part. Horrible. But it's B-side. I
Yeah,
like.
yes, uh-huh. A lot of times it's the band that likes the B side. They push more for the B side, but
One
it doesn't
day.
get.
Yes.
Yeah, the band prefers the B side. The
Yeah.
unit. And a lot of times, what helped in history is the DJs or disc jockeys at the radio station would flip it over. They'd get the 45 or single. I'm going to try the B side, and
Yeah.
then that's how it would get going.
Yeah.
Sometimes
The Beatles were very comfortable. They had A and B side, but both were hits.
both good. Yes, both good. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They didn't have to worry. They didn't
That's
have
true.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, off of this, I mentioned stories. It's a pity. It's I like that one. I like It's a Pity.
Okay.
And then on Thought, the longer song Thought. I think it showed you guys could really jam. I like the tempo changes. It goes a certain
Which song do you mean?
thought. Thought.
Thought, yeah. It's my preferred song of that album.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go. There you go. All right.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It shows you guys could really
It's a
jam.
psychedelic feeling, a little bit psychedelic.
Right.
But we
Right.
never had anything to do with drugs or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. All
Me.
right.
Only
All
the
right.
usual things, the usual things,
Right.
maybe. Yeah.
Right. Well, was that song popular in concert? Did you play that one in concert? Thought?
Yeah, one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And
Well,
we
another.
played Resignation, we played,
Uh-huh.
and Stories.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Well,
example.
the band was one of the pioneers, so to say, in video clips.
Yeah,
The
that's true.
German, is it UFA? UFA?
Yeah, Ufa Wochenschau. What's it called? I don't know. You have it in America too, Fox, in the
Yes.
cinemas.
Yes. Yes. It's like a newsreel.
Black and white thing
Yeah.
in the cinemas before the the film started.
Right, right. And they would
Used
run
all the world. Yeah.
and they would run clips of your songs,
Yeah.
video. Yeah, yeah. So that was kind of
Well, the
interesting.
first video clip here, music video club,
Right,
was the
right,
first one
right.
of a rock band here. Yeah.
Yes. What
Yeah.
did you think of that? What did the band think of that? Did you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice. I have still contact with the director and the cameraman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you
Yeah.
guys talk.
Have you ever seen that? The
No, I have not. No, I have not. No, I have.
I'm gonna send you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
See, now we're getting to the real reason that I do these interviews is so I can receive free gifts like that. See, that's the real
Free?
reason. So I can receive free CDs and
Free
videos.
CDs, I understand. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I'm just
Yeah.
joking. I'm just joking. You don't know me, but I joke. Sometimes I
Yeah,
joke.
jokes are always good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it has happened several times during these interviews. The person I'm talking to will say, "Hey, I'll send you," just like you said.
Okay.
I'll send you. I have a CD here. I'll send you. I have one. I have a whole collection or whatever. So
Yeah.
I've got some here.
So
I don't
what you want, what you like to have?
well,
Shall
I
I
would like,
shall I send you our new album?
if you wish, if you wish. Yeah.
We have your address.
Yes, after this interview, I will send it. I will send it. Okay.
Okay.
And we can do that.
And we'll sign it, so that's going to be very expensive.
There you go. There you go. All right. And then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to sell it on eBay. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, you can buy it in America too. It's worldwide in the you can buy it, but
Right.
I don't think you have to buy it.
Right. Okay.
You
Okay.
don't
Well,
have to.
that would be
I have to buy it, not you.
okay. Okay. Thank you, Thomas. That would be very welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we talked about that. We talked what happened. Why did the band break up after the second album? What happened?
That's very difficult to say. We really don't know it really.
Okay.
It was just a kind of mood, or I don't know. There was one girl. She played a little bit Yoko Ono, I think.
Oh, you have your Yoko Ono story.
So yeah, a little bit like that. But today, after years, we came together. We met each other again and said it was childish.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Other thing is that at that time in Germany, especially, there was not a real professional management existing.
Okay.
And this was very difficult for bands at that time. In England, it was another thing. In America, sure too. But in Germany, it was even forbidden to the profession was forbidden. Manager was not allowed.
Okay.
I don't know why. So that was very difficult for bands at that time,
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: where, when you were still with Parzival, where did you play? Did you play any other countries? Any concerts in any?
When I left, when I left Parzival?
No, when you were with Parzival, did you guys get to play America or anything?
No. We are, by the way, we had an offer by the Walter concern in New York.
Oh, okay.
And they were promoter of the Woodstock Festival, and for Patti Smith, Lake Emerson, Lake Palmer, Frank Zappa. They offered us, we are contacting you with regard to American or worldwide management for the group, but that never happened.
Never happened. Oh,
yeah.
That's too bad. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Those kind of things, false promises and hopes. Yeah, those kind of go through history, music industry. Well, we'll talk about what did you do after the band broke up? Did you stay in the music business?
No, I became journalist.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I learned that newspaper writing,
Okay.
and I had my own press. What's it
Uh,
called? Agency,
Okay. Okay.
quite well known in Germany. Thomas and Thomas called. And yeah, and when we did many, I interviewed many people of the business because I know them.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
so I interviewed the Kings and Pink Floyd, Moody Blues. Sometimes I played with them when we had an interview.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
met
neat. Yeah, that's nice.
Ringo Starr, George Harrison at that time, Elton John, and so on.
Nice.
And Brigitte Bardot, also people from the film business. Yeah.
All right.
But beside this, I was always playing guitar, and sometimes I played in a pub. I never gave it up.
Okay.
And then I started with a band, and then I won a prize in Germany. One, what's it called? I don't know, I can't translate it. It was recorded television. And then I had a producer from Sweden, from the ABBA studios. He did an LP with me. It was a horrible LP. And after that, I said, I only record something when I'm my own producer.
Okay. Okay.
I
Right.
want to do these things which I want to have on the record.
Right.
And I met a guy called Dieter Faber, a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I know him a long time. He's quite well known in Germany. And so we came together and produced a new album, David the Hymn. But
Okay.
I never gave up music.
Okay.
Yeah, I played with, for example, with Schicke fürs Frühling. You know them, SFF.
No, I'm not.
They're
I'm
quite
not.
famous as a crowd rock group. I played with them. I played with a jazz rock group. I played drums. Train was it called?
Okay.
So but it was my main job was journalist at that time.
Okay. Well, maybe Thomas, you should be interviewing me then.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. But I'm not now. I'm only into music. Sometimes I'm writing still things,
Yeah.
and I'm going to write a book about Christmas stories. I'm just writing that.
Okay. Okay.
But normally I'm more into music at the moment.
Right. Right.
We have to promote the songs, you know, and I have
Right.
to work with Lena. We have to work, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Well,
does it very well.
yeah. From what I've seen and communicating with her, she's very, very good what she does.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah. We'll
she
talk.
has learned journalism too.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah,
it runs in the family. Oh,
yeah,
very, very, very good.
yeah.
Well, talk about during the lockdown. Did you call it lockdown over there or just
Yeah,
COVID?
lockdown. Yeah,
Okay. Talk about that was kind of a mixed blessing in a way because, of course, people couldn't play live, but they were kind of forced to write and compose. Did you do a
yeah.
lot of writing during that period?
I was writing. I've many other songs which I could record, but not at the moment. But it was very bad for our production, surely, because it was released 2021 in the autumn,
Yeah.
but we couldn't promote it live. You know,
Right. Right.
it was not very nice. Also
Right.
for the company at that time.
Right.
Mm.
Exactly. Well, have you noticed that there's an opening up now? People are starting to come out more and play live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's good. That's good that people, are starting to come out of their hibernation. Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
do it. We're gonna do it, and when you do it live, I did it sometimes already. More in what's it called? Unplugged.
Okay.
Unplugged.
Oh, yeah.
Because we
Acoustic.
can't afford 130 musicians from 23 countries in a concert.
Right.
Nobody can pay
Right.
it. Nobody
Right.
can pay that.
You can't do that. Right. Right. Yeah. Unplugged. I like unplugged. I like the sound, that you
Yeah,
get the acoustic, you know.
Oh, there were very, very good musicians with that production, Grammy winners and very well-known orchestras, German orchestras, and that was a very, what's it called, a really a journey for me.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
I learned a lot.
Yes, let's get into that. I was going to ask you all about that. How did and when did the idea originate? Where did that come from?
The idea already is quite long time ago. In 1991 or was it 92? There was a beginning of the Iraq War.
Okay.
Iraq.
Yeah.
I have a nephew who is a half Kuwaiti, and he was living in Kuwait, and Iraq was a war in Kuwait too. And I was, what's it called, anxious or something like that. When I heard this, that the war had begun, in that night, I was writing my first song for this album. I didn't know that it would be Parzival at that time, but I had to write a song.
Okay.
It was Future Cities. And this was the first song which was composed, not recorded, composed.
Okay. And that was back in 91, you said? Like,
yeah.
1990. Okay.
Yeah.
Take us through the concept to the planning stages,
Yeah.
composing of the music, and all. Talk more about that.
What do you mean by that? I mean, composing. What do you mean?
Yes, the writing of the music, the composing of the music. How long did that take?
Some years.
Yeah.
Because I at that time I was journalist still.
Yeah.
And I had a job, and so it took. I think it took about to write the songs maybe 8 years, but I didn't write every day. You know.
Right. You had to do it part-time.
Yeah.
You had to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, you must know when you record with 130 people from all over the world, from 23 countries, they are not always in Germany.
Right.
So they were on tour sometimes. The ensemble of the percussion ensemble of Ivory Coast, for example, which plays on the album. We got them when they had a tour through Netherlands. So it was not so big distance, something like that, to come to the studio.
Right. So there was a lot of
work. I went to the
right. You had to coordinate a lot.
Yeah, to the concert and ask them afterwards, would you like to play in the studio tomorrow or so if you have got time? And many people did it, you know. Yeah.
Well, do you care to name drop some of the people?
Yeah, it's very important, I think.
Yeah, if you'd like to.
No, I don't like it, but I hate it. But it's important.
Okay, all right. Well, let's twist your arm a little bit and tell us some of the people that are on that album. Some of the people you worked with.
Oh Lord, I mean, normally they are session musicians.
Okay.
They're session musicians who played with, I don't know. I don't know by really. I would have to look at it because I forgot their names.
If you don't have it available, that's
yeah.
Okay.
From I don't know.
What countries? Or how about what countries?
United States. Iran, France, Caribbean islands.
Oh, okay.
And Ivory Coast, Benin, and orchestras, the most famous orchestras of Germany, and the Elbphilharmonie Orchestra,
okay,
the Richard Wagner Orchestra, Bayreuth plays with it. people, I'm some people of them, not the whole orchestra, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, I really, ich weiß es nicht, jetzt kann das nicht sagen, welche Leute das genau waren, weißt du?
That's all. Okay, if you don't have that information right there with you, that's all right.
If I would have known, if you would ask me, then I mean, there are people from the musicals, The Lion King, from Cats, for example,
Okay.
from Dead Can Dance, you know the band.
Yes, that's one of my favorite bands.
Wind Blows. I've sent you the song Wind Blows.
Yes.
I sent it yesterday. The
Yes.
singer, she sang with Dead Can Dance.
Is that Lisa Gerard? Lisa Gerard?
No. She was a substitute because Lisa Gerard parted.
Okay.
For a tour. And then Olga Zubkova, who's now singing our song, was singing Dead Can Dance.
Okay.
For example.
I was going to comment on that. I like that. I like the Middle Eastern feel of that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
She also played with Diane Kruger.
Yes.
And the actress in a film she was singing also. Okay. I don't know the title at the moment.
All right, that's all right. Well, this took years to finish.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. How
I've just found things. The composer and producer Backstreet Boys was taking part with us.
Okay, all right.
From NSYNC, from Chaka Khan, Les McCann, Bodyguard, Jessica Mears, American soul singer, Love Newkirk. She was singer with Joe Cocker. Anton Flavor-Knee from Adiemus, and many others. Okay. Only to mention some names.
All right.
There are 130 musicians. I don't know them all.
That's okay. Well, Thomas, when you reached out to all of these people, were they most of them very eager and willing to participate?
Yeah. The better they are, the less complicated it is.
Right.
Musicians.
Well,
for example, Elton John, or all these people are not complicated when you meet them.
Yeah.
Complicated are normally the amateurs. Amateurs, what's it called? Amateurs.
Yes.
Who think they are great musicians, but they aren't.
Right. I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah.
Well, once they learned what the cause was, what it was all about, I think a lot of people wanted to be on board, jump on board and be a part of it. Let's say, because it's a worthy cause, very worthy. How important was it working throughout this process with Dieter Faber? How important was it working with him?
Oh, very important. Yeah. First of all, he's a very good guitarist and musician. He's a good orchestrator. I mean, orchestrated some parts of the songs, but he's a very good orchestrator, and I think it was a very intelligent cooperation, I think.
Okay.
And you can't produce yourself. I think you must always have somebody who is objective, you know. Right. And he's a very good engineer, sound engineer too. And he has his own studio. And he's a friend, I would say. Yeah,
that's important.
In Germany, he's quite well known as a producer of children CDs for children.
Okay.
Music.
Okay. That's what he specializes.
But if I mention the name, you wouldn't know them. It's not interesting for you. But they are well known. Sometimes some things of that, some parts.
Well, I think that the production is very, very. It comes across in the music. You can hear it's very good well produced. Let's just put it this way, well produced.
Thank you.
And I mentioned we talked about Wind Blows earlier. The other couple of songs I wanted to mention, the answer lies within.
Yeah.
Very
Salvation,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, the lyrics to that are very, very true. Very true. It's within. We work on your own salvation. Work out your own salvation. Um, very nice on that, and a lovely voice, lovely singer on
A
that.
lovely singer, yeah. I gonna send you another song, which she's
Okay.
one of the main singers
Okay.
of the album, and she lived. She's a German
Uh-huh.
girl, and I know her since 30 years.
Uh-huh.
We were a duo, also we both.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And she then lived in Hong Kong several years, and there she was singing in La Traviata, as an opera singer. And yeah, she has a very unique voice too.
Yes, she
Yeah, I
does.
think so. Yeah.
Very nice. And then the third track, Keep Your Eyes on Us.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. She wrote the
That's
lyrics.
beautiful. That's
She wrote
okay.
the lyrics. She wrote also the lyrics of Salvation. She
Okay.
was writing the lyrics.
Okay.
It was her idea.
It was her idea.
Yeah,
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. So yeah, I'm glad that you got to work with her on that album as
Yeah,
well.
nice to
Well,
hear that. Yeah, nice. But by the way, I didn't send you Keep Your Eyes on Us. How did you
no,
see it?
I saw that on I believe with your Facebook on your
I
Facebook.
see. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
You know what? You know what, Thomas? I shouldn't have told you that. I shouldn't tell you my secrets like that. I should have just said, yeah, I had people working for me that
Yeah.
found it. You know, it's like a
Okay.
spy ring, right?
Okay. Yeah.
No, I did look on your Facebook.
Okay.
Um, well, what has been since the album came out? What's been the public and the critics' reactions to the album?
The credits were very nice. You mind the credits of the newspapers? You
Yeah.
mean?
Right, right. The journalist.
Yeah, we have been album of the month, album of the week, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, quite
Well, very
nice.
good.
It's
Very
very difficult today to get, was heißt Aufmerksamkeit? Huh? Attention, because there are so many things happening in the social media.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you see that, it's very well done at the moment. We are very satisfied at the moment
Okay.
that people like it, and yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Nina
get
is
comments?
always posting the things,
Right.
She's posting it. Good
She
idea.
stays, she
Yeah.
stays busy. She stays
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
Well, how about your fans? You know, are you getting comments from them and posts from them saying,
Sometimes, yeah, beautiful, and oftentimes more by wind blows. Many of them are women.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. How interesting. Okay.
The same happened at the time to Cat Stevens. The
Oh.
girls always liked Cat Stevens.
Yeah.
Boys not so much. I know that.
Well, I'm a big Cat Stevens fan, so
He's a great composer.
oh, very much so, very much
Yeah.
so. Have
Absolutely.
you listened to his Islam? You know, his newer material is Islam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just as good. It's good.
Yeah. Very
I
good.
think a lot of people are turned off because of the Muslim thing, but
Yeah, that's true.
there's no need to be. There's no need to be.
Yeah. Mm.
What? Let me ask you this then. Anything in the works? What keeps you busy these days, Thomas?
What keeps me busy in these days to
Yes,
promote the album.
okay, okay,
This is
All right.
main job the whole day.
okay.
And then writing the book, the Christmas things,
Yes, yes.
and yeah, and maybe composing a new song.
How far along are you on the Christmas book? How far? What's your progress on the Christmas book?
When you know when it is finished? or what do you mean?
Yes. How
I
much?
think I think we need. I still need 4 months
Okay. Okay.
because I don't. I'm not. I cannot write the whole day because we have to. My first thing is the album at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
But I have all the things, the illustrations we have already. It's a painter who did the illustrations. It's all things done.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is it going to be for the whole family or for
No,
children? Or?
it's for the book market.
Okay.
It should be a book.
Okay.
I don't have what's it, verlag?
Publisher.
I don't have a publisher at the moment. I have to
Okay.
search for it.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Well, hopefully that will come through soon. We'll
Yeah.
talk. So what
Yeah.
else? What else besides all of this? You have any? Do you have any side interest, any hobbies, or anything else that or you stay pretty busy anyway with the music and everything, don't you?
Allgemein.
Was du noch so was? Ob du irgendwelche
I'm liking ride with my bicycle.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, keeping active.
I like to go theater.
Okay. Okay.
I like rock concerts. I like opera. I don't know. I like to go exhibitions of Gemäldeausstellung,
Art exhibition.
of painters.
Okay.
I like it very much. Yeah.
Okay.
Meeting
Okay.
friends, drink a pine. What's it called? Pine?
Yeah. Yeah.
1 or 2 or 3. Yeah. Mm.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So you lead a very active life. Yes, definitely. Definitely. But
Sometimes I'm lazy too, it depends.
yeah. Yeah. But I have to say with going back to this album, David the Hymn, it's I think it's very timely. That it comes out now or in the last year or two, but it's still prominent and getting a lot of reaction these days because of the state of the world, because of the the shape the world
It's
is
also
in.
concerning the climate change and so
That's true too. That's exactly. And you said
That's-
very humid and hot there today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we have tornadoes used to in Texas. We're in Tornado Alley. We used to have them in the springtime only, April or May, maybe April or May. Now we have them all year.
Oh yeah.
It's really
Greg, by the way, we soon have to finish. Is it okay?
Sure. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were winding down.
We stay in contact.
Sure, we were winding down anyway.
We're gonna stay in contact, don't we?
We do, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
And
I
would like to thank
winding
you.
down.
Yeah, I would like to thank you very much.
Well,
Interview.
You're
And
welcome. I know it's getting late there. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, but my English not too. I forgot a lot of things which I learned at school.
Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. I understood you. That's the main
thing. Yeah.
You're right. All righty. Well,
I mean,
Thomas,
we could do an interview in German. What do you think about that?
Oh no. I'm gonna unsubscribe. I will unsubscribe. No, but oh boy, that would be lost. I would be lost.
Dina would like to
what?
mit der Brille, bitte.
I have to say this. I do have some German heritage. My mother's side of the family is German.
Ah, yeah, I see.
Yeah, it's Altizer. Altizer, Altizer, Altizer.
Altizer, yeah. And where did they come from? Where?
I need to look into that and find out where they originated. I would like to do that.
Okay.
But see what part. But I do know that they were full German. Yeah, on her side of the family. So
okay.
all right. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you go. I know you need to get some sleep, and that's the thing with the time difference. It's kind of oh, it's my afternoon, right? It's 1:30 p.m.
Lena would like also say goodbye.
Oh, okay, okay, sure, sure, sure. There she is.
Bye bye.
All right,
I
all
thought it
right,
was, yeah.